Not muted. Sorry, I messed up before. I didn't have the correct name on it. So I'm about to delete that real quick. Sorry, I'm sitting in the menu so that I can. Well, thank you, Arczire. Even though that was an hour ago. Okay. I'm just posting a few places. Ah, that was more like 25 minutes. I didn't realize it had been that long. Cool. Whatever the case, I'm actually streaming, and I am back with the medium. So where I left it off yesterday is I just got away from the weird crescent-headed ghost demon person. Discovered that it might be the nurse, mainly because of vanity and the fact that the demon wanted to take someone else's skin. But it could also be Thomas, because that was the person that called the main character to come, and he was talking about not having enough light left, and based on Splits, the movie's description of schizophrenia, about each personality having access to the light to control the body. I was also thinking it could be Thomas because he had a small amount of light with which to control the demon to call the main character. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. I originally thought it was Thomas, but then there was like some cues about the nurse being jealous of this other woman that this one old dude loved. So maybe she wants to take the skin of others so that the old man will love her. Based on the amount of power this demon has, I'm thinking it's still Thomas, that he just summoned the demon and got possessed. I don't know. Also, again, if you're new, I'm still learning to manage playing the game and checking chat / activity. So if I don't get to you like immediately, I'm sorry. And also I am very weak to horror games in the sense of if it scares the fuck out of me or creeps me out, like I take a minute to just like build up the strength to go forward with it. I mean, this kind of game at least isn't so super pitch black room terrifying to play like The Beast Inside, which I haven't gotten back to because like it's genuinely just like so dark that most of my fear it has to do with the fact that I can't see anything. Whereas this game is a matter of just like moving and oh fudge. I thought I stopped at a later point. Okay, so I think I stopped in here. Yes.
Great.
I'd stop.
Another mirror.
Yeah, I'd stop before I joined this mirror because I didn't want to deal with the ghost guy and his shenanigans.
New details have emerged. The situation may be more complicated than we expected. No time to explain. You'll get the full report once I get back. Just leave it to me, comrade.
Oh,
Very meticulous of you, comrade.
see, that's the one thing that like actually does kind of bug me about this game It's like every character that's like in this is either Russian or Czech or whatever. Like normally I'm not gonna nitpick like American-ish accents in a country like Germany or Russia, because sometimes that's like the voice actors you have access to. But like a game like this that it's like it's written for people that should have accents from Russia or Czech, that is just like
Locked.
you shouldn't, it shouldn't be written for an accent you don't have access to. Like you say comrade, that's a Russian or Czech thing. But like it's like so Americanly voiced that it's like so disorienting. And like I don't give two craps about whitewashing depending on how it's written or something. It's just like if it's set in China, have Chinese actors. Fine. Whatever. But if you have an animated movie or game, at least have if you can't get the language with a translated subtitle, at least try, like even if the voice actors can't do the accent well, at least try to have accents that match the scenario.
Oh God. What now?
Oh, I hate this. Oh no, this is where I left off, because I remember finding this bad nursey. This is what made me think that this character that I'm trying to not get killed by is the nurse. Because of this. The nurse killed like all of the people through the hospital. That's what verbal evidence suggests. But the fact that like this paper shows up around when I'm dealing with this stupid ghost, while also the ghost is saying get out of me and it's a female voice.
Oh no, there's more of them.
Oh. No, oh no, it's two people.
What has it done to you? No names, no faces, no way to help them.
Oh no.
They're apart. Just like Bernard.
Crap. I happened to see like one thing online about like finding names and the faces. This must be what it was talking about. Dark. Ooh, dark tendrils with a kid. So I'm assuming I have to find the mask for each person, but also the name, so that I know who I'm sending off.
No! What are you? Stop! Ah! Ah!
Oh, I'm gonna have to hide here. Because those look like hiding spots. Oh no.
This is it. This is where he died. Okay, I still know his name. If only I could see the other side of this place.
And this is when the mirror will come into play. As I enter the physical reality and find their name. Oh. See, I hate this room's layout because it looks like there's a hiding spot, but it's like very clearly not going to hide anything.
Some sort of a conference room.
Or training room.
I gotta go. The voting's about to start. You know what they say, if you're early, you're on time. No, I mean right now. I can hear them gathering across the hallway. Yeah, I'll let you know how it went.
That voice. That's the guy.
Across the hallway. That's probably where he died. Okay, so again, I don't hate horror games, but I'm very, very weak to them because I put myself in these areas mentally. So like when I see myself just walking through these dark as hell hallways and
An
there's
attendance
nothing there,
list.
but there's something
I'll
there.
bet the name I'm looking for is here on this page. But which one is it?
Valdemar. Oh, I don't know. That's a lot of names. Seven? Oh, wait a minute. Does this thing have seat numbers? Okay. So, the person that died, he died near the exit. So over here. Maybe?
I can't believe they sat me across from Boris.
There it is.
I don't care whose nephew he is. He's just a sexist pig for all I care. And late, as always.
Okay. I'll check the name list. See where Boris is. See, that's the other thing that like bugs the hell out of me about games like this. Like, there's so many rooms that are set up to have the monster show up in, but then the monster doesn't show up there. It's like, ah. Okay, Boris is.
Boris. That's the guy he was talking about. Seat number 9.
Okay. So let's see where seat number 9 is. So that's first
No,
one's 7.
that's not it.
That's 5. Oh. What?
Not that one either.
What is this seating arrangement?
No, that's not it.
1, 2, 4. What is this numbering? What kind of crackhead?
So this is... This is it. The man I'm looking for.
Well, I
This
mean,
is
yeah, because
where
that's
he died.
behind this chair is where that mask was located in the other realm. So that's number 4. I mean, that's kind of where I figured it would be.
That's it.
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Okay, Nick. Let's get you out of here.
Nicholas Ovchak. Youth. Yep. There was a button for... Well, that was not awesome. See, that's the thing. Like, you have all this stuff to walk around right here. But what is the importance of those 3 lumps of stone? That's what I want to know. Because, like, that looks like it was those 3 seats. And unfortunately, I didn't register what seats they were.
Time for you to get some rest. You've earned it, Nicholas.
Thank you, madam.
I got that right. The first
One
guess?
down, one to go.
Okay, sure. I'll take it.
Better get to it. Just a bit longer. I'll get you out, I promise. Nothing here. At least, not in this world. There we go.
New details have emerged. The situation may be more complicated than we expected. No time to explain. You get the full...
Very meticulous of you, comrade.
Right, okay. No. A scenic view. Oh, damn it. Okay, there's like some weird thing going on where, yeah, right there. It like suddenly started moving as if I was like moving one of the sticks, and I'm not sure what's causing that. This controller's not extremely new, and I've not been banging it up, so I don't know what's causing it. Honey, I've missed you a lot. I really hope you can join me soon. You would love it here. The weather is great, the sun is shining, the lake is beautiful, the people are nice. Nice and dead. All of them. Love. F. I'm sorry, what? You wanna run that shit by me one more time? So either that was written after he died, or he knew people were going to die when he wrote it. Oh my god, I hate how much background darkness there is. It's like one of those things where just like coming to a place like this. Why in the hell would you ever enter this place? Like at the end of the day, when it's about to become dark. Like, why? Sunlight is everything. Like, I would refuse, like, if I knew the sun was going to be down within an hour of me entering a place like this, I will sleep in my goddamn car until the next morning. I don't care. If I have to rely on some monodirectional light source to maybe see inside of an enclosed space like this, no. I refuse. Because I understand the kind of... I know who I am. I don't have the attention span to deal with how much shit could go wrong in a place like this, whether that be demons or not. Like, you have to pay attention to glass on the floor, like some random homeless dude that wants to fuck you in the butthole. Like, there's a lot that could go wrong, and oh no. Okay, let's do this. Let's just get it over with. How did that demon not come after me? I want to see its pattern first. That's the thing I don't understand about like the holding breath mechanic is like what circumstances require holding the breath versus plainly just generic sneaking. Because I just realized that right now.
That woman was here.
Because I just realized it right now that like there was times when it's just like I got really close to the monster, but I wasn't properly holding my breath.
Ballerina? Nice card. Was Vivienne one of your stars?
Eugene.
Okay, last one. I can barely feel my wrist. I don't care. I just want to go to bed. I need to be alone.
It's interesting. That's all there was there.
Vivienne? Just Vivienne? No. Probably just a stage name.
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Vivienne.
Mm-hmm.
There. That's her room. Someone couldn't even let her have her privacy.
I'm fully aware of the fact that there's like always a thing where like if you stare long enough something
That
pops
name,
up and I don't.
it's everywhere.
I don't want to do it.
That wasn't the real you.
But I have to be honest, I don't want to deal with it. Of course.
This is where it happened. Of all the places.
The bathroom.
You? What are you? No! Get out! Ah! No!
No, not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
Almost as if she was beaten to death.
And still no name. There's gotta be something.
The cracks along the mask imply great,
Okay.
like you said, great pain
Let's find
when
out
she,
who you
upon
really
her
were,
death.
Vivienne. Huh. A page was torn out. I can't make out the numbers.
Probably a pencil to do a stencil draw over to find the indentations, which
I guess one of these names belongs to your true self. But which one is it?
is this a this is like way too wide to be a wristband. Is this a neckband?
I still don't know her real name. words. Sounds without meaning.
Ah, there it is.
Partial numbers. One of these must have meant something to her. There. A bunch of numbers, some would say. But I sensed there was a lot more to them.
Oh my God, Ellie! I thought you were... No, I'm really happy to hear from you. Why didn't you call sooner? You did? But... Eugene, that slippery son of a bitch.
Ellie. She was very special to her. You don't need to be a medium to see it. So, if you were talking to Ellie, that means... Tori. It's you. The real you. That's your name. It made sense, really. A name is more than what everyone calls you. It's what you feel yourself to be.
Okay, and this is just out of curiosity.
Yes. Yes, Mother, I know. I'm doing my best. What? No, Well, what about my hard work? It's not always about you. Don't call me Victoria. You know I hate that.
Victoria. That was her given name. But not
Hence-
the real one. Not to her.
Hence Tori. Okay, that's mainly just what I wanted to figure out. Was the significance behind her name being Tori to her, but her real name not being that. I was just curious mainly. Cool. Now, I have to be honest, I kind of forget where I was versus where I needed to go.
I'm not gonna lie, it felt good. Putting that curse of mine to good use. Moments like that used to keep me going. Now, I'm not sure anymore. It's okay. You can be free now, Tori.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did it, Marianne. Sent them away. To a better place, I hope. Hell, anywhere is better than here.
Okay, it's weird that the camera's stuck to that.
Will you just let me pick you up already?
Ah, damn bolt clippers. Bolt cutters. I'm sorry. I feel like an idiot for saying that wrong. Mr. Rekovich is being unreasonable, to put it mildly. I'm a nurse. Oh, this is a woman writing it. Hey. I don't know why I just did that practice. That was worthless. Ahem. Mr. Rekovich is being unreasonable, to put it mildly. And yes, I'm aware I can't do a female voice. And my Russian accent is also probably really bad. And I'm sorry for it. I'm a nurse, not a nanny. I understand that he needs someone to keep an eye on her, but I have my hands full as it is. Even putting aside all my other duties, there is poor Mr. Tarkovsky to take care of. Still, I try to do my best. At least the girl's quiet. Keeps to herself mostly. Likes talking to her imaginary friends. But I figure it's quite normal for someone her age. Sometimes I hear her playing out full conversations, and I'd swear it sounds like two people talking. She really is gifted. I guess it runs in the family. Also, I apologize. I have an annoying feeling. I switched between two different accents in the middle of that. I'm just going to kind of play dumb because that makes me feel less like ass. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm gonna like so... I can already tell shit's gonna start as soon as I pick it up, so I'm just gonna go see if I can find anything.
This is where it started.
Mr. Tarkovsky, the wheelchair boy.
Hello, my love. It's your favorite nurse. Are you in there? Even the speck of you left? I hope so. 'Cause I want you to feel everything.
The nurse. It got to her first. But why?
Jealousy. The need to be someone
I'd never
else.
felt darkness like that before. That thing had been there. It was where it made its first kill. Where it tasted death. And liked it.
My poor, poor Mr. Tarkovsky. Whatever happened to you? The tests came back no signs of any brain trauma or dementia. And still, I look into your sad, empty eyes, and I have this awful feeling that there is no one looking back. Don't worry, my love. I'll take care of you, no matter what. I'll make sure you're as happy as can be. 450 milligrams of venlafaxine. That'll cheer you right up. Oh my god, but again, like, I'm like really curious if grabbing the bolt cutters is going to start shit. I mean, if the game is done right, then, I mean, me exploring this little area here isn't going to start anything until I have the bolt cutters. So, I have the bolt cutters now.
Fucking. Time to get back to the day room.
Shit is going to start in this hallway now. I'm gonna enter this hallway. The demon's going to show up, and I'm gonna be running the whole fucking way. And try to bolt cut my way into the room. I can already tell. That's why I'm gonna start sprinting right away. Because I'm not an idiot.
So worth it. I love you, bolt cutters.
Great. So you just wanted to like build up a severely aggravating amount of suspense. But then my question is, because like I know there's an achievement to collect a bunch of stuff. Is there a way for me to lose things, to miss things, if I'm not doing my ghost sense? Because I know like the echoes stand out by the audio cues of like voices playing out when there's an echo nearby. But is there an echo I can miss if I don't have the Mystic View active?
Kinda sounds like a spy name. Cutters. Bolt cutters.
Why do you have to bring a form of levity?
Or a movie star. Like, in a movie you don't use your real name for. Yeah.
Okay, see, now
Spy name it is.
this right here is when I get kind of annoyed. Mainly because I don't have a map, and I want to see if I can find secrets without finding the room I need to, without going to the room I need to go to. But I can't remember where the room I need to go to is, which I think is at the end of the hallway. I swear, like, the physics of bolt cutters confuse me sometimes. Mainly because, like, they are designed for the ease of, like, weaker muscled people to just bust through with the bolt cutters. But there's, like, no, like, applied force. It's just, like...
Okay, Marianne. Let's see what Sadness wanted me to see. I hope she's all right.
I hate this camera angle. I really, truly do. Because it always implies something's going to appear behind me. I can't see ahead. Yeah, I already saw that one, I think. I keep seeing it in my dreams. The other place. Dust and death as far as the eye can see. A feeling of nothingness tearing at my soul. I wake up choking, feeling the dust burning through my lungs. I beg for it to stop. He says there's no helping it. Then again, he would say that, wouldn't he? Cool. So, I don't remember the layout of whatever floor I'm on. Which, okay, so I was led in this direction by Sadness's light. I remember that. No. God damn it. Why is there always a room designed for children? With children ghosties. It's like always the worst place to be in ever.
All right. Here we go.
Because it always has the most terrifying shit because the biggest horror rule, loss of innocence. It's like it always has the most twisted shit. Or if not twisted, just... It always has the most affected. Oh, and of course we've got a split. Oh, this one's different.
Marianne?
It's mostly in the other zone.
There you are. Thank God.
You're all right. I was so worried.
Oh, yeah. That thing almost got me. What the hell is it?
It came from shame. From helplessness. From rage.
Rage.
It's like anger, but more. Once it got out, we couldn't stop it. It ate all of them, Marianne. All of my friends.
Your friends.
I'm the only one left.
It's okay, Sadness. I'm here now.
No. It'll eat you too. Just like the others.
I won't let it hurt you, I promise.
Oh.
Okay.
Where in the hell did you pull that from?
Why don't you tell me something about this place?
It's a day room. We used to play here.
With Richard?
Okay, I
Is he
like the
one of your
shift.
friends?
Whereas the
No.
colorful ball is the focus in one realm.
Smart.
The color
Maybe he could help.
the colorful ball. I like the dichotomy. I'm sorry to pause this, but like I just kind of wanted to be a bit of a focus here. I like the dichotomy of the real world view's focus is the colorful ball versus the world of death's view is the flesh in the background to cut through, because that shows where each character's focus is. And it, like, the real world is where sadness is kind of stuck at. The colorful ball is what sadness sees, therefore reality focuses on that. But the world of death is where Marianne is focused, and that's why it like looks straight at the wall of flesh to cut through, and not the decayed orb. I like that. I really do.
He was smart. Wait, is he?
A bad thing happened to him. I remember he became hollow, like a puppet. He... Oh... I remember. Marianne, I don't want to see him.
What? Why not? What do you remember?
No. Don't tell them.
It's
Don't
okay.
tell anyone.
You don't have to tell me. But you should still come with me so that I can keep you safe.
No! No, Marianne!
The sadness!
No, never again!
Why did you bring me here? It was then I realized there was something she wanted me to see with my own eyes.
See, I still really love the... So, like, the world of death has significance behind what the character's model looks like. It's like Marianne's model, like, her left arm has all that fungus on it, but that's where most of the energy is stored when she absorbs the light. But that's because when she almost died because of the burns on the left side of her body. And then you have sadness. Like, she's designed to where, like, she clearly had the right chunk of her body either ripped or bitten off. And the fact that, like, some of her limbs look like they had their mass drained. I feel like she looks like that. She may have died, like, with her right arm getting ripped off or bitten off, but the fact that her other limbs look drained is either to compensate for the missing limb, or that she was almost getting drained by the demon, but she got away. And that's also why she can't remember, because part of her had been taken. But that's also because, like, most people who died, like, never truly remember the fact that they died. In this instance. That was fucking pointless.
Richard? Are you there?
Ooh, hey, what's this? Why are we moving slow all of a sudden?
A sheet of music. Well, at least part of it.
Ah, that's going to be how I recreate that.
Gather round, children. I want you to meet Lillian. She's going to be joining our painting class.
Why can't I play with my friends, Uncle Richard?
Your friends? Oh, Lillian, I promised your father you would spend some time with the other children.
Friends.
That is really weird how close her name, that child's name is to Marianne's name. Also, like, unless in very specific... I spent a few years trying to steer him in the right direction, trying to make him see the depth of his potential. He kept refusing, claiming that he was no painter and that he saw our little get-togethers as therapy, rather than artistic expression. Yeah, I can tell this is like something that a kid may have wrote. I don't care about the way I'm reading it. Eventually, I wore him down. He agreed to enter the university, but on the condition that it would be his chosen field, and so he started on his way to becoming an architect. Was it? I think it was Thomas that designed the building, and that kind of... this seems like it's the parent of Thomas. Or something. At first, I was rather skeptical, thinking that he was throwing away the greatness for mere competence. But deep inside, I guess I was glad to be the only one to bring his visions to life. And then, he met her. Our painting sessions became few and far between. He no longer needed my help in dealing with his inner demons. Cool! I'm not sure what that's about. But I'm sure like someone was enjoying a certain person's company until he met a woman. I remember the first time I met him, working a simple factory job. Still more of a boy than a man, wide-eyed, constantly looking over his shoulder like a scared animal. His parents had died in the Warsaw Uprising. Of what he'd gone through in the years that followed, he did not want to speak, and I never pressed him. But it soon became clear he had no one else in this world. I could immediately tell that, despite his age, he had seen things that no one his age should. I could immediately tell he was special. Great. Okay, so someone's got a radio going somewhere.
Locked.
Cool. That's about what I expected. Oh, hold up. There we go. Another thing. Thomas. I've always been stunned by the depth and complexity of his imagination. Mesmerized by the surreal dreamscapes his mind would weave. The way he described them, with every detail, it was as if he had actually witnessed all of it. As if something or someone pulled the veil and allowed him a peek beyond the edges of our reality. An angel? A demon? Is there really a difference? I know it didn't matter to me, as his visions came alive on my canvas. Some would say I used the boy to fuel my wanting creativity, but How could I not? To let his unique perspective, this bottomless well of inspiration, go to waste. That would be an unforgivable sin. Oh my god. So this boy was a medium. And someone who cared more about art than anything. Folk tried to take advantage of it. Guilt, humiliation, rage. Why is she not talking?
That glow. There's a sense of loneliness coming from it. It feels incomplete.
A method to madness. Sorry, it's 2:17 in the morning here. It's like I'm tired. It became a habit of ours. We'd sit down, sketchbook at the ready, and then he'd close his eyes and start talking, describing all the things he saw in his mind's eye, the horror and splendor of worlds beyond our own. What started out as an innocent exercise in imagination ultimately became a bottomless well of inspiration. My hand wouldn't dare rest, sketching furiously as he described the indescribable. For a while, I wondered why he was so eager to share his visions with me. To him, they seemed to be a burden, a source of great pain and distress. But finally, I understood. He sought to share them with someone who saw them as a source of beauty, rather than madness. In the hopes that someone would convince him that what he saw was a lie. But I got nothing. Oh, hold up. There it is. There's another document I'm missing. There's probably... because I don't have any energy, I can't go that way. Ah, I know what it is. Okay. Focus! The nose. Perhaps I need to see it in reality. Okay, see, I really enjoy the mechanic of the two realms. I'm sorry, what? Oh boy, here we go with this. gotta face.
Third junction. Maybe it can show me the way out of here.
It's moving so slow, I feel like... I legitimately almost feel like frames are dropping, even though I know it isn't. Why is it allowing me to go this far? I feel like there's a secret. However... I don't have time or smartnesses to assume that that's the case. You know what? I actually am curious if there's something over here. Doesn't seem like there's anything here. Strange. Alright, whatever. Onward and goopward.
The spark's too weak to absorb. It's like it's missing something.
I love this melody. It reminds me of my childhood. At least the good parts of it.
But the bad parts, they're always there,
There's sadness.
aren't they?
You're a very smart girl, Lily. You know that, don't you? You're special.
Her voice, is that sadness?
Sadness is Lillian. Alright. I still hate this. I still hate this part where I'm just like... with a freaking damn shaving knife from 50 years ago. Sorry, 70 years ago. So I'm thinking of like the 1950s.
Aha.
Where is that? Teacher's room? Teacher's room. I need to find sheet part 3. Ah, there we go.
Don't you think he would be better off in a nursing home? What about his family?
Richard doesn't have any family.
Oh, the poor man. It's like he's somewhere else. We were close once, you know. I mean, not that close, but... All right. I'll take care of him.
Hollow like a puppet. Isn't that what Sadness said?
So Richard is the man in the wheelchair that the nurse was all googly-eyed over. Okay.
Come on, Richard.
Or something.
You were always there when I needed you. Let me return the favor.
I don't know, Thomas. What about my work? The university?
Richard, I know they kicked you out. I'm guessing you finally managed to piss off the right people. Stay with us, old friend. Do it for me. For them.
So he brought him here.
I didn't mean to skip that last bit.
Come on. I'm guessing. Stay with it. Do it for me.
So, wonder who he meant by them.
So Richard was brought here by Thomas. This is what the focus is here. Once he got engaged, we grew apart for a while. Now that I think of it, I guess I was jealous. I no longer had him all for myself. In time, I warmed up to her as well. She was striking, both in her beauty and intellect. Eventually, I accepted the fact that he has found true happiness, true love, strong and pure. Well, as pure as it can be, I guess. In any case, I was no longer needed. When the project came along, the one that would eventually be known as Neva, I pulled all my strings to get him what he needed, what he wanted. Even though I knew it would drive an even bigger wedge between us, I wanted the best for him. He was the closest to a son that I'd ever had. Is that Thomas to Richard or Richard to Thomas?
So that's how you found him?
Yes. He was just lying there. He,
Mr. Rekovich?
I'm sorry. He was a friend. I just need a moment.
That's not true, Thomas. You thought he deserved it.
Okay. Only because, like, I genuinely suck at remembering people's names correctly. I need that active.
So that's how you found him?
Yes. He was just lying there. He,
Mr. Rekovich?
I'm sorry. He was a friend. I just need a moment.
You thought he deserved it. Okay, so he died, but you're not as distraught as you
That should be
should
all
have
the
been.
pieces of the score now.
Okay. Oh my god, controls. Again, like I'm going to lead, like one review I saw on Steam was again, like correct. It's like the way these controls work, like the camera shifts while you're controlling it a certain direction. Okay, so these shifting tangles, I think that's what was going into the other room. Where I'd spun them on the globe? Yeah, that's what they were. Well, that was weird lag. Why are you vibrating? Why are you vibrating? That's never a good sign. What is that? Giant hands from the no. No. Don't. I don't want any of that. But it's gonna happen anyways because plot. You know, that's not me saying the plot of this is bad. That's me just saying I really don't want to deal with whatever those giant hands in the distance are. Because that's the left side of a body with two sets of arms. That is not a right and a left arm. That is two left arms.
Uncle Richard, my arms are getting tired. You've been drawing me for hours.
Almost done. You know, Lily, you remind me of someone. A girl I knew when I was very young.
Did you love her?
Yes. With a young, innocent love, free of the ferocity of adult lives.
Richard. I'm getting a weird vibe from him. There's grief, sorrow, and something else.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. It has a lot to do with the fact that Lillian doesn't want to meet him again. I was finished. They had to let me go. Me, Richard Tarkovsky, whose works were recognized across the continent, whose imagination, as they said, knew no bounds, whose very name became synonymous with fine art. Yeah, I'm fully aware of the fact that I'm not creating a unique voice, but I'm not practiced in it. As the name of the stream suggests, it's a drunk stream. So I got alcohol in my system. So I'm just gonna go with emotions and not worry too much about voicing very well. If you want to listen to me trying to do voices, go listen to my Ori and the Will of the Wisp stream. Because I did try. Based on the noises I heard from those characters, I tried to do whatever voices I felt would fit. So, if you want to hear me do voices, go listen to that one. I'm sober, or at least mostly sober for that one, so I tried. I can do like specific characters sometimes, but I'm really bad at between different characters with an accent I'm not used to. So I'm not even going to fight an ability to try that. Whose very name became synonymous with the fine art. All that meant nothing to these oh my god, why would this freaking sensitivity? Okay, for mouse. Oh my god. All of that meant nothing to these soulless bureaucrats. To them, I was just a liability. The source of dangerous liberal ideas. I felt betrayed, empty. I needed to get out, away from the hollow sickness of the city. But most of all, I needed a friend, and so I sought him out. I knew his wife had died some months earlier. At the time, I thought it best to not interfere with his grieving. And so now, I feared that he'd hold it against me for not being there when he needed me most. Instead, he offered me a home. Okay, so Richard was extremely down on his luck, and Thomas offered him a place to lay down his head. Was that there before, whatever the frick this is? Oh, hell no. Hell no. No, no. No, I don't fuck with no dolls. No. No. I don't fuck with these things. Like, I have a family doll that branches down from, like, my great aunt, or however many greats. No, I don't fuck with dolls. No. God.
Aren't you a bit old to be playing with dolls? Here, I bought it especially for you.
Oh, a ribbon? It's beautiful. Thank you, Uncle Richard.
Here, let me... on the other hand,
Right at the end.
why don't you do it yourself?
Of the set. Go.
What was that? It's like something stirred inside him.
Lusty bullshit. That's what stirred.
Aren't you a bit old? Here, on the other hand, why don't... Aren't you a bit old to be...
Oh, a ribbon.
Here, let me... on the other hand, why don't you do it yourself?
Yeah. He was about to tie the ribbon, and then he recognized the fact that he got some weird frickin' jigglies off of it. Why is this here? Almost as if it's on an altar. Oh, this is not okay.
No, I didn't mean to. Oh, God. What have I done?
It feels cold. What have you done?
Dude, like there are so many There's so many what the fuck has everyone done moments in this game. Like everyone's done something really fucked. But I haven't
never felt anything so desperate. It was calling out to me. It wanted to show me something.
Like everyone's done something so fucked in this, but I haven't found specifically what everyone's done. I thought for a minute the nurse made Richard crippled, but it doesn't seem.
Fucking damn it!
Engagement ring? This is Richard's desk, isn't it?
Thought I could protect her. Idiot! What would you think of me? I failed you. I failed us.
It's always a frickin'.
It's all falling apart. What? Yes, I know. No, I need to be sure. There's gotta be something around here.
What are you looking for, Thomas?
You want what? Fuck!
The mirror version of
Look who
himself.
finally decided to let me out of my cage. And only when you need my help. Surprise. Surprise. Okay, you know what? I'm not in the mood. Just tell me what you see. Come on. Come on. Yes. I can feel it. Okay. It's around here. Somewhere. Oh, well, it's real fucking specific. Hey, I'm trying to help here. Well, you know, sometimes I wonder. Well, it doesn't make it easier when you keep me in the dark for so long. Oh, Christ. Thanks for that, by the way. Hell of a way to treat your soulmate. God damn it! There's nothing here. There is. Really? I'm never wrong about these things. You know that. Well, screw this. I should have known better than to listen to you. Wait. What? There. There. Where? What? This is it.
What?
Okay. What? You building tension? Grab the fucking thing! Would you shut up? Huh? Okay.
Building tension. At this point in time, like, I don't. Well, stories, books.
It's her. It's her. No. No. Paige.
The spirit is sinking with him. They were separate,
It's like
yet
he's obsessed.
they're becoming one.
What is he? What have I done?
I?
Could
Thomas?
have known. I let him into my home. You know, it was like a father to me. How could he do this to her? Fucking bastard! How could he? I told you we couldn't trust anyone but ourselves. Keep it together. Think.
What is that lip syncing?
What do we do now? We wait. And when he comes back, I'll just... Whoa, easy, Tiger. Remember what's at stake here. Just let me do what I do. You better do it fast. Because if you don't, I will kill him.
What has Richard done to provoke a man to kill over it? Granted, to kill over... There's more?
Thomas. I wasn't expecting you. Is, everything all right, my friend?
Did you do it, friend?
Did I? What?
There's the lip syncing. Where was that a minute ago?
My 13-year-old daughter.
Oh.
I entrusted her to you.
Thomas.
Did you do it?
I don't.
I found the sketchbook. Forced myself to look through it. Cover to cover. Every single fucking page! Tell me you didn't hurt her, Richard.
Thomas, please.
Tell me I'm wrong, Richard. Tell me, and I'll let you go.
It wasn't me. Thomas, you have to understand. There's a sting inside of me.
Shut up.
You have to believe me. I wanted to die.
I'll make it quick.
Thomas, I'm so sorry.
She's my daughter!
I never wanted any of this. I should never have come here.
But you did. Knowing she's here. Knowing what she means to me.
Thomas, I swear, I'll go away. You'll never... Wait. Oh, you... No. Let me out. Let me out.
Let me in.
What? Oh no. No. So, yeah, no, this is not even remotely, again, this is not even remotely close to what I expected this game to be. I expected this game to be more of a shooter,
This can't
psychological.
Time to cut it out.
I expected this to be a psychological shooter. This is more of a Silent Hill-esque horror game. What the fuck?
All right, Richard. This is your world. Show me what you're hiding.
Free Richard from his what? Dude, this is Richard's mind. What the hell is here?
Is this where it started, Richard? The place that broke you?
Those
Made
arms.
you what you
Those
are.
What is that? Well, fuck you. Okay, I need to time it better is what needs to happen. Time it for the hit. Okay, there we go.
There's something here. It awoke on the day when she came to it. It took over. Made itself at home.
Interesting. And I'm really curious what
Loss.
created this.
Hatred.
Like spirit tongues.
This place reeks of them. Something terrible happened here. It changed Richard forever.
No!
What the hell?
Leave her alone!
This is it. Richard's big, ugly secret. The sum of all his demons.
Again, where was this lip syncing earlier? Oh.
Richard, your father forgot his knife. You'd better go and bring it to him.
All right, I'll play along. For now.
It's interesting. Okay, see, that explains the significance of the butcher knife in terms of how it's portrayed, because it explains that it's not the only type
Father,
of
you forgot your
cutting
knife.
tool.
Oh, thank you, Richard. You know what? Why don't you keep it?
But it's your lucky knife.
And now it's yours. You'll need it. I'm leaving tomorrow.
What? No! But where are you going?
The army is heading out west, and I'll be going with them.
But no, I don't want you to go.
Dude, this
I don't want to go either, son. But sometimes what we want isn't what's important. Do you understand?
When will you come back?
Take care of your mother, Richard. You're the man of the house now.
I actually really like this game. Like, this is the most like truly deep game I've had to play in a long time. And it's so fun. Like, I truly don't, and I truly hate what horror games do to me, but I love horror games like this. Because there's a story hidden under the muck and demons of bullshit that is horror.
You shall rise, and you shall fall.
And again, it's like the way I phrase that, it's just like I'm not hating, it's just like...
Until you return to the earth from which you came.
Like, there's lore that isn't just a big ass piece of fucking paper that I'm supposed to read and process through
Dust
written.
you are, and to dust you will return.
As a person with ADHD that doesn't... I have ADHD and I don't take medication, so... Like, all of these games that require written... That, like, require writing... Like, reading every piece of information to understand lore. Like,
Those tentacles are guarding something. I need to get rid of them.
yeah? Okay. Is the game not working correctly? What is happening? Is there something I need to do to spirit blast correctly? I don't. I'm hitting RT. What the hell is happening? Okay, I'm sorry, but like, oh my god. Oh, well, I feel like an idiot. Okay, that's actually an interesting take. This walkthrough I'm looking at. I mean, I should have known to go to the fireplace, but I wasn't looking in the right spot. It's an interesting take, but I'll get into it later. I'm sorry. As government representative of the Polish Republic, I wish to offer my deepest sympathy and regrets in regards to the passing of Lieutenant Thaddeus Tarkovsky. He whose loss you mourn died in the noblest of causes. His country will be forever grateful for the sacrifice he made protecting our freedom and independence. Minister of Military. Fuck. It's one of those instances of a man fights for his country, but someone reads that as like they're treating him as a worthless expense. And it's
grief, anger. I can work with that.
And that's where I was about to get into is Thomas clearly works with darker powers to charge his spirit energy, whereas Marianne works with good energy, like good feelings. Like she charges her spirit energy with happy thoughts or happy memories, whereas Thomas focuses on grief, anger, the darker energies. And you can see right there, it requires less energy to charge it. And I mean, that's another aspect of like the easier path to power, but at what cost? And it's a large part of like how Marianne takes good energy, but she's in tune with her spirit realm self, whereas Thomas is two separate entities.
Hey, Richard. Bet you can't catch me.
Like, it costs more to be in tune with your good self.
What? Hey, wait up!
However, you aren't... Like, it costs less to be in tune with the darker energies. However, Thomas doesn't cooperate with himself.
Richard. My arms are getting tired. Almost done.
So he lost the woman he loved. Sure, not a woman, a girl he loved based on his age. And he saw that girl in Lillian. Sadness. And his need to
Come on, Slowpoke.
bridge that connection caused bad incidents between the two of them. It's kind of why she said either she feels guilty or like she said that, oh, it is a maze. Okay.
Here, I'll try to bring more tomorrow. Thank you, Richard. I can't tell you how much this means to me.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting a full maze.
But what is it? It's something very important. Promise me you'll keep it safe.
What?
This way, silly.
Follow the roses. The roses are love. Therefore, I'm gonna explore everything that isn't that direction.
Where'd you go?
Granted. Okay, so that's where I came from. I find it amusing that, like, the sprint... Insightful? What is that achievement?
Rose!
Follow the rose to follow...
Over here!
I didn't realize that was her name until just now. Liliana. Lily. They're flowers. Okay. That's why she doesn't remember her name. She doesn't...
For ages. I was starting to get bored waiting for you. Hey!
She doesn't want to remember the connection between the two. That's why she didn't want to remember Richard.
You see that? A storm's coming. It's a big one. We should probably go. Same spot tomorrow? I'll be there.
She told me to find Richard, but she didn't want to find him herself.
Cute, Richard. Real cute. So, where do we go from here?
Mom! Who is he?
He's someone who can take care of us.
But I can take care of you. I promised Dad I'd protect you.
I know, honey. And he would be so proud of you. But sometimes, a brave heart is just not enough.
Yeah, back in the day it was tough. Especially like, back then when it was like severely focused where like men would be the ones to do those jobs. It was like
Hey, come here. I need you to do something for me.
like when the husband died, the wife received, you know, like the paperwork that said that the husband fought for their lives, but they didn't actually get
I need
anything
you
from it.
to bring me that thing. You know which one.
specific.
Sorry, fucking what? Why can't I touch anything but the book?
Don't make me get up, boy. Oh, what? You want a bedtime story? I'm not your goddamn...
I mean, I knew that. Fuck that up. That's the thing, like, I can see the bottle of beer on the...
Hey! You put that down, you little thief! You hear me? Stupid little brat.
Real fucking charmer, that one.
Bottle of beer. Yep. I mean, that's clearly what he wants, but I am actually curious about what this other item is over here.
Do as I say. Oh, you little shit. I'll teach you some respect. What the hell did you do to me?
Stay back, or I'll cut you again.
Ungrateful little fuck. Get the hell away from me.
Gladly.
Again. He uses grief, sadness, rage.
Get away from me, you bastard! No! 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 Mommy!
The dark emotions to charge his energies. And that's why whatever he fights later, he can't win. Because to fight darkness with darkness never works. Because darkness feeds off of it.
It's all you couldn't protect her. Can't protect anyone. He's gone. Gone. Forever. You'll never be him. Ever. 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 Little shit. Worthless. Useless.
Sorry, I've got an amazing buzz going, and it's led me to see if a lamp in a room across the hall as really suspicious. I apologize.
This place again. But not at the same time.
Richard!
Well, I really should not be streaming at like 12 in the damn morning if I
should be going. I'm sorry. It's all right.
expect any sort of
We can
leadership.
finish some other time. Richard, where are you? Hello?
Rose is this way. An empty bench this way. So is there an
Richard,
item?
come out!
Oh, there we go.
Don't worry. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you safe.
What's the item? She said to keep safe, half revealed. Okay, so again, this is the way.
Isn't funny.
That's the way I need to go. Wait, so in the maze, Rose is lost, not Richard. But then,
I'm sorry. That's all I could bring. That's all right, Richard. It's more than enough.
was Rose an orphan? He needed to bring her food. My word. Wait a minute, hold up. Was this other direction a dead end then? Yeah, it was. Oh no. There are rose paths that lead to dead ends now. That's bad. It's like there are parts of Richard that thinks staying with Rose is bad. Like, when he was young, every rosy path
Here you
was...
are. Oh, hey. I waited for you by the maze. I was afraid something happened to you. I'm fine. I felt like being alone. Are you sure you're all right? I said I'm fine. Hey, if something happened, you can tell me. Just let me. Get the hell away from me!
Okay, Richard. I get the picture. Doesn't change a goddamn thing.
Ha! Yeah.
Mommy? What's going on?
Shh, listen to me, Richard. Listen to my every word. Some men will come to our house tonight.
But why? What do they want?
Shh, it's okay. I told them to come.
The hell is this? No! Stay away from me! Stay back! Get away from me, you bastards! No! No! Let go of me! No, please don't! Ah!
Each time the door moves back is a moment of Richard's mind processing, and it's really not. It was very much so a fucked up story for Richard.
Any son of Poland who collaborates with the oppressor.
First house on the left, right next to the river with the old cherry tree in front. They're hiding them in the pantry, under the floorboards. They let them out sometimes to stretch out, usually later in the day. Some of them even go out sometimes, probably looking for food. Best to come at night. Ooh, this... Was that what she told them?
Who steals from, denounces, or otherwise acts against his compatriots.
Collaborator. And again, that's like my issue. That again draws issue with like my thing about like games that are based in certain countries but don't have accents to follow them is when like certain
an unforgivable crime against the motherland.
Like, again, like, I'm American. I live in America. I don't... Is that a Jewish symbol? I don't know that. For me to sit here and, like, look at everything in this cup, like, I don't fully grasp the implications.
Swiftly punish.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh, he killed himself. Not a good way to live. Focused so steeply in this darkness.
This is getting tedious.
Rose! Where are you? I'm sorry!
Ooh, that's concerning. Ink blot. Psychopathy bullshit. Sure. It literally just looks like blotchy bullshit on a piece of paper, so I don't know what to think of it. So let's see what's down this way. Oh, he couldn't provide anything, or she ate all of it.
Please, come out!
Ah. The Jewish star. His father was a Nazi, and this girl and this woman he loved was a Jew. So she trusted him to keep that secret safe. And he couldn't. At least after his father died. But I don't understand what happened to her. That's the thing I don't get. She was relying on him to keep the secret that she was a Jew safe. But why did she leave him alone? That's the part I don't understand so far.
No, no, no! Please, wake up! Wake up!
His family found out and killed her. Okay. she just flat out died regardless.
They took her from me!
This is different.
You took her from me!
Ah, there it is. Wait a minute. Isn't this the path that I took to get there? Yes. And so the napkin that held and hid the Star of Judah means something else. Blood and death. I'm sorry, fucking what? What are you?
What is that? No. You're not... Rose? Is that you?
What the flying fuck? As a boy who didn't believe in a god, what?
Precious little flower. Hi. Lily?
There it is. Yep. You lost one flower, only to find another. There it is. Oh my god, I really hope this sequence doesn't last too much longer because I need to pee and it's 3:30 in the morning and I need to go to bed. So as soon as this is over, I'm calling it. I mean, this is so much fun. I actually not so much fun. It's like it's really good. Like it's actually a really interesting story. It's a very interesting way to show it. This. Oh, that's Rose, isn't it? Or no, it's him, Richard. The right arm.
Help!
Similar to Lily. Or Sadness.
Somebody! Please, help!
Over here, kid.
Please, mister, I need help. The monster, it's after me.
Monster, you say? And what does this monster look like?
Sir, there's no time. Hurry, we have to get out of here.
It's okay, Richard. Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath?
Do I know you, mister? Are you one of my stepfather's friends?
No, kid. I'm not planning on making any friends here.
He's blind to the world around him, so he doesn't see Thomas.
For you.
What? No! Don't come any closer! Don't touch me!
And that's...
Kid. I know you tried to run, to hide.
Get your hands off me!
But as long as you're here, the beast will always find you. Richard.
It's See, and that's the difference between Marianne and Thomas's use of abilities
It
is
was pretty overwhelming at first. Thomas being like me, but different somehow. I guess I don't have to tell you.
Richard is still here.
Thomas? Who the hell are you?
That's what he hunted. Found his whole life hiding, hoping they wouldn't find him. I gave him shelter. I gave him purpose. He could have been so much more. Instead, he chose to rot in this godforsaken place. I got your scent, girl.
You're him. Richard.
I'm what's left of him. The bleeding wound. The sap drying on the stump. All because of her. Do I know you, Jillian? You smell just like her.
Like the girl who suffered because of you? The one you preyed upon?
She came to me because she had nowhere else to go. Where was her father then? Where were you?
Oh, shut up! Stop acting like you ever cared about her.
She was the light of my life, the warmth of my soul.
Your soul has rotted away. There's barely anything left. No, it's just your sins. I almost feel sorry for you. You're nothing.
He ripped me apart. He burned me down and left me in the dark. He's a fiend, a monster.
This man, Thomas, what is he?
He's the one who butchers the soul, the one who breaks it. But you, yes, I know you can set me free. I can feel it. Please do it.
You don't deserve it. You deserve nothing. Nothing. Do you hear me?
Then give it to me, please. Do not exist. That's all I want.
So be it.
Do you think she'll ever forgive me? Will you?
I'm not your judge. I'm just the ferryman. Be gone. Richard.
From the Red House. Unforgiven.
This time, it wasn't just a feeling. It was a memory. Had I been here before? Was I a part of the puzzle? This man, Thomas, was he a part of my own past?
It's actually interesting. See, like the way that's put, like you'd half expect Richard to be
something clicked.
A much bigger part to that. And he's just a stepping stone in the story. Like he's passed on. Like that.
But it looks like it was taken here. At Neva. Shit.
Lillian.
House.
Marianne.
Whatever it is, I can feel it out there. Like it's calling out to me. There. In the woods.
There's a reason her name is similar to Lillian's, or Sadness. They're either the same person or siblings. And it's why Lillian is like such a... So... It's interesting, because like Lillian's right arm is missing, but Marianne's left arm is what's burnt. So then the question is, are they siblings? And when they were like trying to save each other, Lillian's arm had a burning log fall on it, and that's how she lost her arm and died? That's actually really interesting. Or, like, it's like a dichotomous design of Lillian's left side burned, but her right side is what survived and she left behind. It's really weird, but it can be so interesting. Because I kind of already assumed Marianne was, like, left behind here, and that's how Thomas knew who she was and about her past. Because, like, Thomas was the owner of this hotel. Thomas followed Richard, knew about Lillian, all that jazz. Like, Thomas knew about Marianne's past. And that's what makes this interesting. It's just like Thomas broke into Richard's mind, his soul, to find out who he was or why he was doing to Lillian what he was. And I'm like so interested in what's going to happen in the future, because it's actually like a really interesting story. Because it's not immediately cliched. Like there's a lot of cliched shit you can possibly assume about it, but it's like it's not immediately okay, this and this and this is going to happen. Like there's a lot of interesting mechanics about this game. Like you have like the Limbo-esque style of like one side you see the real world, but you have to interact with the spirit world to progress. But then like at a random point in the game, like you play as Thomas as a way to interact with the past. Like you have a way to interact with reality, interact with the spirit world, but then you interact with the past reality, but then like the past spirit world is separate. Like it's interesting, but it shows like such an interesting dichotomy between Marianne's style of interacting with the spirit world and Thomas's style of interacting with the spirit world, because Marianne doesn't shy away from the spirit side of herself, whereas Thomas does, and that's why like Thomas treats the spirit half of himself as separate, and then uses like rage, guilt, trauma, all that has his energy, and then like, but Marianne opens herself up to the spirit world and then uses good memories, and that's what truly separates Thomas's result from what Marianne can do, because Marianne uses good memories and thoughts to just accept reality and just let spirits pass on, whereas Thomas focuses on grief and rage and all the negatives and just forces the evil forward in a way, you know? Like, he knew Richard was doing evil shit, so he just uses the evil to break Richard instead of just helping Richard move on. And that's why reality moves forward. Like, Richard is broken, not released. And that's the thing, is like, I'm kind of inferring, like, the man in the wheelchair is Richard. And the nurse knows Richard, but like, and that's why there's a story beyond Thomas doing what he did to Richard. Like, he broke Richard's mind, but there's still a story beyond that. Because he didn't release Richard from his evil, he just made it so Richard couldn't be evil anymore. But there's still there's still Thomas's evil. Because Marianne literally just like saw the history of Thomas and Richard and then just let Richard move on. It's like the methods are so different. But then, like, the child eater that was Richard, like it heavily implied that Richard became a pedophile because of his past. But she just let him move on instead of breaking him beyond what he already was. And that's the biggest difference. And that's what I'm really liking about this game so far, is the fact that instead of just like there's like the freaking good and evil, and it's just like it's creating its own range of spectrums around like varying levels of evil versus just like it's evil because it can't move on. And like, there aren't a lot of games with this style of depth, and that's why I'm really liking it so far, is this game's ability to touch upon extremely sensitive subjects, but like glance past it and create its own substance beyond it. Like, Richard was clearly like a creature created from his past. Like, he did not grow up to become a good person. And it didn't try to glorify who he was based on his past. It showed you that, like, his past was very pedophilic in how he was treated, and that led to him becoming a pedophile. It's like, he wasn't a good person in the present. And it didn't try to glorify his pedophilia. It just recognized that he was and just released him. Because he's dead, there's no point to chaining his spirit to the present. Didn't send him to hell, didn't send him to heaven, it just forced his spirit on. And again, I'm not glorifying pedophilia. I'm not saying it's good. It's a bad. Pedophilia is bad no matter how you shine that light on it. Consent or not, pedophilia is horrible. I will never defend it. It is bad. But it doesn't... This game is not trying to glorify it in any light. Good, bad, or whatever. It's just like, it's a point to a character, but the story itself is greater than saying that it's bad. And I like that, because it focuses more on the bigger picture than just telling you how to feel about certain things. Because like at the beginning, we're sitting here being like, okay, this is some like weird mental psychosis bullshit. Okay, maybe Tom has summoned a demon and he's evil. But then, like, right now we just discovered Thomas had his own trauma and discovered that Richard was possibly sexually assaulting his daughter. So he treated Richard in the only way he had access to at the time, which is using his powers as a medium in a negative light. And it's not like Thomas wanted to just, like, cruelly destroy Richard. It's just like, that was just who Thomas was and who Thomas saw himself as, and that's just the power he had. Like, again, I may go into it, like, further at the very end of this game when I finish it, when I have a better light on who Thomas is, or what the story is, or any of that. But I'm kind of seeing, like, a little bit of who Thomas is. Just like, Thomas has not had a good history, and most of who he is focuses more on the cruelty that's led to him, and, like, he has access to these medium powers, so most of who he is, just he uses the rage of the spirits to channel it in a certain light, and it's clearly led to a bad end because he didn't know a better way to look at things. And like, there's a lot of people that only know the rage and the grief and the sadness and try to channel that into who they are and how they treat their future. And that's like, that's looking like that's what's going to be a big part of what the story is about, is how you treat your past experiences. And I'm not saying, like, one person is better than the other. Like, it can be very circumstantial. I don't know Thomas's past. I don't know who raised him. Marianne's past was, like, directed to be lighter because of Jack, the preacher man, or the funeral preacher, priest. Like, he inspired upon her a nicer outlook upon life, and that could be the difference between the two of them. But that doesn't make Marianne better than Thomas, or Thomas better than Marianne. It's just like, the two of them have had very different experiences in their lives leading up to how they use their medium powers. It's sad that Thomas uses the darker emotions to use his powers, but, like, that's not inherently evil. That's just the only way he knows to use them. And I like the fact that I can see that style of storytelling. Like, Thomas isn't inherently evil. It's just that's the only way he knows to use his powers. And Marianne isn't inherently good in relation. It's just like they each have their own way of doing it. Marianne's is more effective, clearly. But it's not like Thomas chose to use dark emotions over the light. It's just that's what he knows. That's what life has brought to him. That's the only way he knows to use those powers. And I'm liking the way it's being told so far. I'm really enjoying it. Now, I'm hoping to see where this goes in the future, and I truly hope that you, like, come back to, like, watch the rest of this. Because, like, this is actually proven to be really fun. Like, this is a horror game, but this is really fun. I'm enjoying the story a lot. The gameplay is, like, very simple, but it's, like, in an older style that I haven't seen in a long time. It's in a simplistic kind of style, but it's nice because it focuses more on the story. The gameplay is actually not terrible. Controls aren't terrible. I mean, it does have an older style of third-person control, and the camera changes, but if you don't adjust for it correctly, it messes you up. I haven't seen too many instances of where, like, changing the camera at the time will get you killed. Because I've only had one time where I've had to run from something. And the thing that got me killed is my inability to like, just, okay, I need to go that way. My adaptation abilities, my abilities to adapt to the sudden, like, okay, like, my issue has been just like being able to see and process what direction I need to go. And that's what's gotten me killed. Like, that's a personal issue, and maybe how I've adjusted the screen I'm playing on. Like, the game isn't inherently designed to screw me over. Or just be so hard that unless I know what I'm doing, I'll be able to get past it. And I really like that. Because, like, the game is, like, clearly designed to, like, in so many hallways, I expected to have to deal with some kind of demon. But it's just my head messing with me. Because it's like, it's just dark, it's a long hallway, but there's nothing there. And I like that. Because it's more about atmosphere than the random as hell demon that shows up. And again, that's why I'm hoping that you stick with me through this game. Because I'm enjoying this game. And I want you to experience this game with me. Because this is a lot of fun. And I want more horror games to catch on to the style that is the medium so far. Now, again, there's like a lot further into it I can get, but I'm not done with the game yet. So there's still half or more than half a game to go. I don't know how much more game there is. I haven't finished it or watched it. So I haven't spent a lot of time in catching where the percentage markers are or any of that. I want people to experience this game and play it because like it lets people remember what like the older style, like the good old-fashioned horror games were, because it reminds them of like a focus on storytelling versus epic gun shooting gameplay. Like the combat in this game is sneaking, shield, and just blasting a demon that catches you. And that drive and that is very simplistic combat wise, but that's not what this game isn't inherently a stealth game like Metal Gear Solid, nor is it like a demon fighting game like Agony. It's very linear, and it's like an amazing mix in the middle of like all the directions horror games have gone recently. Combat, just demon fighting, super stealth. It's like right in that happy medium. That was unironically the word I went with. I didn't mean to match that up with the name of this game, but it really is. Like so far, it's like sitting right in the middle of it. It doesn't require you going off to like this side of the map to find an item that lets you go to this side of the map to get through a door. Like, I would appreciate a few more secrets, because that inspires a bit more of an exploration aspect of it. But I really enjoy the mechanics I've seen so far. Because, like, at one point in the game, you see the bolt cutters just sitting up on top of this cement up here. But I was so focused on, like, all the story and lore I was experiencing, I forgot about the bolt cutters until all of a sudden I show up behind them. And that's not a detriment to the game, forgetting that I needed them. That's how interesting the story is, that I forgot about a mechanic to get through the... I was so focused on learning what was happening and everything about the story that was going on and who these people are and why, what their motivations are. I just forgot that I needed bolt cutters, but like, that's the great part of it. Like, discovering these stories led me to the bolt cutters to get through the door to discover more story. But like I needed the bolt cutters to progress, but the progression was more important than the bolt cutters. The progression of the story led to the bolt cutters. And you sit here and be like, okay, Yeah, I got like the shaving stick. And like a lot of games that have this style of inventory system sit here, like Resident Evil 7. Like you sit here and think, okay, it's just an item I'm going to use in a couple locations. I may find another razor stick after losing it. Like, no, it's a key item. It is an item you will always use or just have on hand. And that's the thing a lot of games of this style have lost or just not recognized is, like, a lot of games you like pick up a key item to get you through a certain door, but then you lose it because of plot convenience, and you have to find it again or find a different item to get you through a similar door. But this game, it gives you the key to get through so many of these doors, but it doesn't feel like you're cheating to get through these doors. It's just they're just a door on a path because you have so many different story points you're getting through just to get to that door. It's just, and it fits the scenario kind of, because like in the spirit world, you have like all this death surrounding it. You may need to get through a part of the living world to get through the spirit world door. I've actually been having a lot of fun, and I've not had a time where trying to get through a flesh door, aside from how long it takes to cut through the damn things. I don't want it to be immediate. I just wish it didn't take 2 minutes to slowly cut through the things. And it's like, it doesn't even show you like sawing through it. It's just, you're just shink. 10 seconds tops. Speed it up to twice as fast as it normally goes, and it'll be better. I just really wish it didn't take so long, because the speed that it cuts through that wall of flesh makes it feel like I'm supposed to be expecting something to be right the fuck behind me while I'm cutting it. I feel like I should be cutting through part of it, pausing to run away from the demon, and then come back to cut through more of it, run away, and then come back. Like, every time we have to cut through this, I've had to cut through this wall, nothing's happening. So for me to have to sit through like a minute of cutting this wall open, like for the speed it takes to cut through it, there's like no tension behind it. And why are the frames per second why is the FPS at 54? I'm at a pause screen. Calm down. Good lord. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna I've been on like a 30-minute tirade. I didn't realize I could do that. I didn't realize I could build up enough personal information to go on a 30-minute tirade about half of a game. Which should actually be really good. That means I may be able to eventually branch off to like do reviews of a game. And I would love to do that. My biggest issue is remembering the game and then writing a script for it. But if you've actually sat through and listened to my talk about what I thought about the game so far, I really hope you sit through. You're willing to watch me play through the rest of this. Or watching or listening up to this point, you feel like you want to buy the game for yourself. Because this game is a fun experience, in my opinion. Like, it's absolutely worth playing. Like, even if you've watched it, just getting it and playing it at your own pace. Like, I want this game to make good money and get good reviews, in hopes to get more games of this style. I'm not talking about like the medium style, or look at the spirit medium, or this company's style. I'm talking like a bit more return to form. of a more focus on storytelling with puzzle aspects rather than gameplay with puzzle aspects that have story. Because, like, we're playing these games because they have a really good story to tell with a fun gameplay. But when, like, the whole focus of the game is to just look good and make money off of it, and the story is cliched and the gameplay is bleh, why play it at that point? Like, it's not fun if it's just cliched and boring. I mean, experiment. That's my thing. Is, like, I really hope game developers... Like, my thing is, like, I don't want them to return to form because the older games are fun. I want them to return to form because the older games were willing to experiment and push the limit on what they can tell. Like, a lot of the older games push the envelope on social norms, but that's what made them great. Because they were touched on topics that most people don't think about, or they were able to, like, you know, ask questions. It's like, that's what makes the story interesting, is those questions that you yourself can't answer immediately. Like, the game creates questions, then you yourself create your own questions for the story. Like, don't handhold the player and tell them what your story is supposed to mean. I mean, you can even say at the very, very end what the story is supposed to mean, but don't, like, give that away at the beginning. Like, leave the player asking questions, because then the player is going to keep playing because they want to know. And then, like, you can keep giving hints or random pieces of information. It's just like, up until the confrontation between Thomas and Richard, I genuinely thought that the nurse was jealous of Richard's choice in woman, so she poisoned him, and then Thomas summoned some kind of demon in the hopes of bringing popularity to the hotel. But, like, this scene itself busted the picture that I was drawing in my head about what this story is. Just Thomas's interaction with Richard, just like, it destroyed what I thought was going on. The nurse did not poison Richard. Thomas realized, like, Richard wasn't just some nice old man that was like, he was really nice to this one nurse lady, but realized he liked someone else. This old man was, like, being a bit flirtatious with this nurse, but this woman that he decided to be with over this nurse was a child. So the nurse had a breakdown, and the reason he ended up in the wheelchair was because Thomas, the father of the child he chose to be with, broke his mind through spiritual nature. That, like, it's like, it's starting to realize that, like, maybe Richard was just messed up in the head because of his past. Part of Richard may have been messed up because of some spiritual being called the Child... I forgot what it was called. Child Eater. But you can just read the Child Eater as, like, a part of his psyche just brought in his stepfather's nature and became the Child Eater. And so he became a pedophile. There's, like, so many ways of reading this information, but it doesn't just... Like, a lot of games nowadays, in this instance where, like, you meet the modern day Child Eater, the Child Eater would have just flat out said, I am what Richard took in from what he knew of his stepfather. I am the representation of Richard's pedophilia. But they don't. They just name him Child Eater, and you wouldn't even know that's what he's called without changing that setting in the subtitle. That's the amazing part. It was like, I didn't realize who half of these characters was. I inferred based on context clues who they were. I would not have known that that monster was called the Child Eater if I didn't change that setting. And you wouldn't have either. A lot of people nowadays would sit here and be pissed about that. But the thing is, like, you have to sit here and, like catch what you're seeing of Richard's past and try to piece some of the pieces together. Like that. And you just see the arms on the other side of the glass before you read the past. You don't even realize what the fuck that is until the end of Thomas's story of it. Like, there's so much information to read and understand without being flat out told. And there are not enough games that do that anymore. There are not enough games that respect the fact that gamers aren't idiots. They give us the information. Like, this game gives us the information, but then gives us the time and ability and the chance to figure it out ourselves without just laying it down on a plate and feeding it to us. They let us recognize that Richard was a pedophile because of what happened to him in the past, and then like Mariana just kind of makes references to the fact that the little girl may be Sadness. They don't straight up say, oh my goodness, this little girl is Sadness. It just says, this voice is familiar. And then one time it says, this voice reminds me of Sadness? Without straight up saying, oh my god, Liliana is Sadness. But the thing is, the way they wrote it, and the way they wrote the fact that Mariana's been here, they leave it open to the fact that Mariana may be connected to it. Without straight up... That's the thing, it's like they don't draw hard lines. They draw... they give you a vague picture and enough information for you to try and piece together your own understanding of what's happening. But then every once in a while they give you like a little extra piece that makes you realize maybe you don't have the whole puzzle put together yet. And that's what I really love. Like, I have so many understandings, but they aren't breaking what I understand. They're giving me the chance to realize, oh, this isn't everything. There's more. And I love that. Because I want to discover what I'm missing. I want to discover what the game's going to tell me I'm missing. I want to be given the chance to discover what I'm missing and find out where it fits. Because throughout this game, I'm putting the puzzle pieces together. Okay, maybe it's this. Oh wait, no, maybe it's this with this piece. Okay, then this. It's like, okay, I think I have the whole picture. But then they give me this one giant piece that fits in the center of everything. That makes me have to rearrange every piece I put together. And it's wonderful. It's a fun experience. Because I want to know what I'm missing. I want to know what I need to put together. I want to know how I need to rearrange my thoughts to get the good picture. It's like, this is so much fun. To discover what's happening and what I'm putting together. Like, I have so much fun playing this. And it's just a third-person walking simulator. It's just so much fun. I love the game I played so far. I didn't expect this. I expected this to be a first-person psychological shooter. But I'm playing a third-person... I'm playing like a Resident Evil 2 style third-person game. Without the zombies. It's like old. I haven't played Old Silent Hill, but this is like what I expect Old Silent Hill to play like. And it's really nice. That's why I'm loving it so far, because it's subtle and lets me figure it out while still telling you in a subtle way what it's about. Like, oh my god, please play this game. Again, I'm not done with the game. I may be halfway through it, I may be a quarter of the way through it, I don't know. Please play this game to support the idea that is this style of game. Because I want more games that focus more on subtlety and storytelling than telling you what the story is. Like, bring the player into the story. Don't just tell the player what the story is. Like, let me participate in it. Like, if the whole story is you just telling me, okay, Timmy took off his shoes. But, like, the story that I end up playing is just like, again, I don't know a good way to put it. But, like, a lot of games nowadays, they just tell you the full story, and it's just like, a lot of games nowadays just have little Timmy walking up to the bathroom to find his father dead in the bathtub. And there's a note on the sink telling you why he died, who killed him, or why he killed himself. Or, like, it tells you a whole story just on a piece of paper so that they can tell you that Tommy's going to kill a bunch of people in the future. Instead of, in a game like this, where it's just like, it starts the game in Tommy's present, which would be the future after Tommy's dad killed himself. But then you're sitting here and trying to figure out why Tommy is doing this. But then throughout the story, you get like little story cues, where that be like little notes here and there. Like this one dude talking about this dude named Johnny, and you're starting to put pieces together and be like, oh wait, is Johnny Timmy's father? Was Johnny a part of this organization? Is that why Johnny died? And then eventually, like, the story will come together and tell you what happened, and you're sitting here either like, oh my god, I've had it all wrong this whole time, or, oh my god, that is what happened. Like, they give you the ability to piece together what's happening, and then, in a coherent way, and then confirm what you thought might have been the case. But games nowadays, they don't give you the chance to put pieces together and create your own thought on what the story might have been. They just piecemeal give you every aspect of it, and like every time you have a question, they answer it. It's like, where's the fun in that? Like, I want to know why we're doing this, but then you just tell me immediately off the bat why we're killing a bunch of fucking people, and we're just sitting here like, okay, like I have no emotional investment in it. But in this game, I'm sitting here like, oh my god, why is this happening? Why did this happen to these people? What happened to Marianne? Who are her parents? Like, I'm so emotionally invested in finding out about everything right now. Like, I am excited about playing this game again, because I'm invested in finding out everything I can. Whereas, like, most games nowadays, they'll just tell you everything or nothing. And there's just no investment in it. Because, again, they've told you everything, or they just haven't... They've told you so little information that there's just no excitement to... there's nothing worth playing it for. And that's why I want this game to grow in popularity and earn money, because I want more games that recognize this. I want more developers to recognize the simplicity behind a good story. Like, like that's like the weird inverse dichotomy of a simple story can also be an extremely intricate one, because they're not focusing on it. Like, it's simple in the fact that, like, at the end of the day, when you find out everything, it makes sense. Like, it's pretty simple. Like, the A to B to C to D. But, like, the intricate story side of it is it's not giving you every piece. Like, it's not giving you A to B to C to D. Like, it's giving you A1, A2, A3, to B1, to B2, to B3. It's giving you the pieces to find out each aspect of it, and giving you the ability to try and create your own understanding while still, telling you its story. Like, at the end of the day, it may still tell you what its story was supposed to be, but it's giving you the chance to have the clues and create a catalog of them, and hopefully create your own understanding. Like, again, at the end of this game, it'll probably still be as, upfront as Richard saying he was raped as a child, or the one girl he loved was raped by his stepfather and killed. It may be that blunt, but it's given me pieces of the story in a coherent fashion that allowed me to create my understanding, but still recognizing that it's like a part of a bigger whole. Like, it's not all about Richard being a pedophile. Like, this whole segment of the story made me think that, oh my god, it's not about Tommy, it's about Richard. But then it's like, no, it's not. It's still kind of mostly about Tommy, but a large part of what's going on with Tommy has to do with Richard and what he did with Thomas's girl, Sadness. Like, it is a puzzle, but it's not putting the puzzle together for you. Like, it's giving you all the pieces in a way that is clear and coherent, but it's not telling you how to put the pieces together. Like, it's giving you the pieces. It's laying it out in a way that's just like, okay, it's pretty clear that these pieces go together this way, but then if the pieces go together this way, then that must mean this piece goes here too, and then this piece and this piece. It's giving you parts of the puzzle that allow you yourself to connect other parts of the puzzle without telling you those parts go there. And that's really nice. It's giving you hints to what's going on without telling you the whole story. And I love that. And it may even tell me the whole story later, but it's giving me the chance to figure it out myself, instead of just outright telling me when the question pops up. And I like that about a story that gives me the time to go over my own question and try to create my own understanding of what the answer might be. And not only not outright shoving it in my face that I'm wrong, just because it's laying it out in a way that tells me that not only do I not have my pieces put together the right way, it's like pulling my pieces apart and then spinning them around and making me realize I wasn't looking at it the right way. It's not that I wanted the pieces to fit together a certain way, or I just didn't flat out understand. It's just saying, it's like flipping the way I look at things around. And it's really nice. I love this way of telling a story. Like, oh my god. I truly love this game so far. I want you to play it. I've said this like 5 times so far in the last hour, but please play this game. Please take the time to experience it. Like, I like, so many things have happened throughout this that make me think, oh my god, stereotypical, cliche, oh, I got a flashlight and I'm gonna have to deal with shining the flashlight to reveal monsters. But it's like, no, it's just, there are parts of the game where the lighting's not great and the flashlight's just there to help me move around and see things. It's like, it's just a part of the game. It's not a mechanic of the game. It's just, like, it's a part of the story, but it's just a part of the game. Like, I've never seen this style of writing in years. Like, a lot of the modern games try to beat you over the head how to read the story. And it's just, this game, like, oh my god, it's just creating, it's not a story that's forcing me to understand. It's an experience it's a story it wants me to experience for myself. It wants me to understand what's happening and to become a part of it. And there aren't many games like that. And that's sad. That's amazing that I've gotten to this point, like, only halfway through the game. And I don't have enough time to truly become an ultimate part of this game. And when I say that, I mean, like, I don't have a full week to devote specifically to this game. And that's fine, because I'm like bad at horror games. So being able to spend like 2 or 3 hours, like an hour or 2 or 3 on this game every other day is nice, because it gives me a day or two to think over what I've found so far, and then get back into the game and like, okay, I can't wait to see how this fits. And like, so many other games nowadays are just like, they're just like, oh, it's a cliched story, or it's just like, I don't have anything to look forward to when I get back into it. But I have everything to look forward to in this game, because it's not giving me everything. Like, it's not showing me the obvious villain at the beginning. It is giving, like, in hindsight, when I finish this game, in hindsight, it's going to be so obvious who the villain is. But it's not making it obvious. It's making it seem like it's one person, but then when you discover notes, pieces of paper with drawings on them later on, you realize, oh, maybe it's not this person that I just fought. Like, when I found the demon in Thomas's office, I thought it was Thomas. I thought he summoned a demon and he got possessed. But then I found out it's about the nurse. I'm sitting here like, oh, maybe the jealousy of the nurse led to this form, and that's why she wants to take my flesh, to take my form. It's jealousy. It's amazing that it's not outright told, and I have to figure it out. And maybe it'll be told later, towards the end of the game, but it's not told right away when I discover this demon. And that's awesome. But I gotta get off. Again, it's 4 something in the morning. I need to pee really badly. So I'll leave you with this that I've talked about so far. I really hope that you will hang out with me for the next part. This has been New Hades with The Medium. I hope you tune in next time. I hope you have a good one. And happy hunting.